So let's do a quick review of what we've learned on the djembe so far. I'm going to play the universal call, and I'd like you to respond with a goon, your strong hand, on the bass tone in the middle. Okay, so listen for it and then come in right on the next beat. Here we go. Let's try it one more time. So just respond on the bass tone after you hear me play the call. Great. So let's see if we can go into our long walk. And our long walk was our 2 bass tones followed by our 2 open tones. And they were each what kind of notes? Think about their value. How long were they? If you answered half notes, you're correct. So they were each getting 2 beats. And we did goon, strong hand, doon, weak hand, go, strong hand, do, weak hand. And make sure that when you play on the open tone here, the go and the do, that the fingers are glued together and you're making this sort of triangle shape here. When you play on the bass tone, you're using your palms. So into the long walk, here we go. I'm going to play the call and we'll get started. See if you can say the words with me. Doon, go, do. Doon, doon, go, do. One more time. Doon, doon, go, do. And end. So when you hear that universal call, remember you finish out your pattern. So while I was playing it, you still had to play go and do. And then when I get to the end of the call, you finish with the boom on the goon. So I want to show you a new pattern today, and instead of called the long walk, it's just called the walk. And it's a little bit shorter than the long walk, and our notes only get 1 beat. So I want you to think of which note you know that gets 1 beat. And if you thought of ta, you are correct. So this pattern's full of tas, are also called quarter notes in the world of music. So we're going to play the exact same pattern, goon, doon, go, and do, but this time they're only going to get 1 beat, so it will feel faster. You already know how to play them in that order with your strong, weak, so that part should be easy. Just make sure that you're counting along with me. So from the universal call, here we go. Now see if you can say this with me. Bass, tone, open. Your turn. Bass, tone, oh. How about inside, outside? Your turn. Inside, out. My turn. Bass, tone, open, tone. Your turn. Bass, tone, my turn. Inside, outside. Your turn. Inside, out. Now let's go back. Getting in a groove at home there. Now I'm going to play the universal call soon, and I want you to play your pattern, finish it out, and then end on a goon with me. Okay, so don't try to play the call, just try to finish, and they'll mesh together. Goon, doon, go, do, goon, doon, go, do, goon, doon, go, do, boom. So that was the walk pattern. So let's see if we can do some math problems now using some of our notes from the walk. So in the walk, if I just played goon, doon, and go, how many beats would that fill? Goon, doon, go in the walk. If you're thinking 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, you are correct. Now, what if I played goon, doon, and go in the long walk? The long walk with half notes. How many beats total would that fill? Goon, doon, go. you're thinking 2 plus 2 plus 2 or 3 groups of 2 equals 6, you are correct. Now I've got one more tricky question for you. What if I played the walk, all taws, goon, doon, do, do, that whole 4-beat pattern, but what if I played it 3 times in a row? So I played the walk pattern, all 4 beats of it, but I played it 3 times in a row. Do you know how many beats that would fill? So if you're thinking 4 plus 4 plus another 4, and if you came up with 12, you are correct. So I encourage you this week to keep practicing these patterns. You can do it with my video or without at home, practicing the long walk and the walk, but remembering that the long walk uses half notes, counting 2 beats for each note. And then when you do the walk, it uses taws or quarter notes and only 1 beat for each note. So make sure that you can hear a difference between those 2 patterns. One will sound longer and one will sound shorter. And we'll play them together again in our class next week. See you then.